Well, good morning. It's Tuesday morning, and we are blessed to be here with you today. Man, Marcia, I tell you, I'm from yesterday's devotion to today. I'm just in that same train of thought. You know, we talked about yesterday how fear overwhelms us. You know, and one of my favorite stories is where you talked about the message God had given you about run to the battle, and how Miss Nadine had written a song or made that into a song and everything. And I love that. I love that song. We sing that all the time, you know, here in the church. But every time I think of that, I always think of David, and David facing Goliath.
Right.
And David didn't wait for Goliath to come to him. He went to him.
He ran.
Okay, he ran out there, you know, picking up the stones, knowing that God was going. And I like his confidence. Here's a boy facing
like
a giant.
15-year-old boy.
Yeah, facing a 9 or 10 foot dude, you know, and his spear weighed 3 times probably
Well,
like
we were
David's.
talking about fear yesterday. Look at this. All the Israelites were scared to
Spitless.
death.
They were scared spitless, weren't they?
As we would say today.
That's a
And here's
Texas thing.
Even his brothers,
Yes.
all of his brothers,
Yeah.
it came down to David was the only one who had the courage or the faith that his God was going to see him through. Don't you agree?
Yeah, 1 Samuel 17:26 in the New Living Translation said, "Who is this pagan Philistine anyway, that he is allowed to defy the armies of the living God?" The God behind you is stronger than the giant in front of you.
Ooh, I like
Isn't that
that.
good?
I like
Amen.
that.
I love that picture too, right there.
Uh-huh.
The God behind you is stronger than the giant in front of you. I like what David said. The King James says, "Is there not a cause?" You know, and why would we allow the enemy to degrade our confidence in the God who is proved himself? Was that other song, God is faithful? You know, you talked about God's faithfulness all the time. He's consistently faithful from generation.
Never changes.
Never changes. Amen.
Yesterday, today, and forever.
I like what David did, though. He went to the giant, you know, and I believe that gives us an illustration of our faith in God, our confidence in God that you and I can have, Marcia.
That's right. That's right. We need to be so confident in God and in His Word that we run to that problem.
Yes.
That we're going to overcome that problem. No matter what that problem is that's coming, that you're facing today, your God is greater than that problem.
Amen. You know, one of the things that, when you read this story is that the Philistine Goliath, he would come out and he would taunt them,
Yes,
you
he
know,
would. He'd make fun of them.
yeah, and he'd go, "Where is your God? How big is your God? Your God's not big." I mean, I can imagine, you know, think about the devil sometimes when he comes, those thoughts come in us, you know, those fears try to rise up, you know. Well, this is a really hard thing here. This is a more difficult thing.
Yeah.
Sure, God did that time, but not this time, you know, and he taunts us
It's like,
almost.
yeah, and it's like we believe Him.
Yes, we
That
do.
God will do it for, or God might do it for you, Charles, but He wouldn't do it for me. See, He lies to you. Anything Satan says to you is a lie. He never tells the truth. He doesn't even tell a half truth. He lies. So we need to recognize that voice
Amen.
of the enemy that's going
Amen.
to steal, kill, and destroy. Amen.
I mean, we all can be facing giants in our life, and different kinds of giants. You might have a giant problem, or you might have a giant challenge, or even a giant addiction. I know, you know, people have addictions, and as the day goes by, that giant seems to get bigger and bigger and taunt you relentlessly. You know, when you try to stand up to him, he laughs at you, you know, just like he makes derisive comments about you, you know, "I'm going to kill you." This is what Goliath did to David. You know, "Come on out here, you little ruddy kid. You know, I'm going to skew you, cut your head off."
He was actually insulted. They sent a young person out.
Yes, he was. Who is this person right here? Amen. Well, I'm going to tell you, I don't care if you're a young person or an older person. Amen. The Spirit of God in you is bigger than any problem that you're facing today. Amen.
When you like to have seen Goliath's face when
That stone hit. I would like
or
to.
that's before that, when David stands up there and says, "Who is this pagan Philistine?"
Yes.
Or still Philistine anyway, that he's allowed to defy the armies of the living God, and he's up there going, What's he saying about me?
His faith, though, is in his words. The same God. Amen. That's what we ought to be saying, Marcia.
Right.
The same God that helped me back there when I did this, and the same God on this right here. The same God is going to deliver this problem into my hand today.
That's right.
In
And
Jesus'
I
name.
will be victorious.
Amen. I will. Hey, listen, the God behind you is stronger than the giant in front of you. Just remember that, okay? God bless.